What if true happiness isn't found in having more but in needing less? What if every comfort you chase is secretly making you weaker? And what if real freedom begins only when you stop running from pain? There's something twisted about the way we're taught to live. From the moment we're old enough to dream, the world tells us happiness is a trophy waiting at the finish line, earned through status, wealth, or approval. A job title, a perfect partner, the right number in your bank account. But deep down, you already know the truth. No matter what you achieve, the hunger never dies. It just changes shape. You buy the car, and it becomes just another object. You get the girl, and soon you wonder if she's enough. You earn the money, and somehow you still feel poor. That's because happiness built on conditions will always collapse. It's like building a palace on sand, one wave of uncertainty, and it's gone. Centuries ago, the Japanese swordsman Miyamoto Musashi lived a life most people today wouldn't endure for a single day. No luxuries, no applause, no trophies. Yet he reached a level of mastery and peace that modern kings would envy. He was content with nothing, and because of that, he became unstoppable. This isn't a story about smiling through poverty. It's about becoming unbreakable by stripping away everything that makes you dependent. Let's walk into the darkness together. 1. Understanding the emptiness that controls you. Musashi's first rule was simple but ruthless. Accept everything exactly as it is. When you expect life to make you happy, you become its slave. Every advertisement, politician, and influencer knows how to pull your strings. Buy this, vote for that, you'll feel better. It's all manipulation disguised as care. Musashi's counterattack: choose to feel nothing. Choose not to crave. Choose not to depend. The man who can live without pleasure can never be controlled. When you stop expecting the world to fulfill you, you finally start building yourself. Action step: spend one full day without chasing pleasure. No social media, no comfort food, no easy dopamine. Just observe. Watch how addicted you are to stimulation. That awareness is your first cut through the chain. 2. The power of voluntary suffering. Musashi didn't wait for life to crush him. He crushed himself first. He lived in caves, trained in the rain, and wore rags until his hands bled. Not because he had to, but because he chose to. He understood that comfort was poison. It turns lions into house cats. The man who fears discomfort will always be a slave to it. Musashi's secret weapon was simple. He always chose the harder path, and that choice forged his freedom. Action step: every morning ask yourself, what's the hardest thing I could do today that would make me stronger? Do it immediately before your mind talks you out of it. 3. Detachment from all things. When you own nothing, nothing owns you. Musashi refused to cling to weapons, homes, relationships, or even life itself. This made him invincible. You couldn't bribe him, tempt him, or frighten him. He had already let go of everything that could be taken. And here's the paradox: when you stop needing anything, you finally enjoy everything. You see beauty without grasping for it. You feel joy without the fear of loss. Happiness isn't addition, it's subtraction. Action step: pick one thing you think you can't live without your phone, your daily indulgence, your favorite distraction, and abandon it for a week. Watch your cravings. Face your fear. Then realize you were never their prisoner. 4. Facing death without flinching. Musashi meditated on death every day. He didn't avoid it, he studied it until it became familiar. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday, he said. Tomorrow is victory over lesser men. Most people live as if they'll never die, and that illusion makes them weak. They waste time, sell their integrity, and chase empty pleasures. But when you remember that every sunrise could be your last, life becomes sharp and pure. You stop lying, you stop stalling, you act with the urgency of someone who knows the fire is fading. Action step: tonight, sit alone in darkness. Imagine tomorrow is your final day. Ask, what truths am I avoiding? What potential have I buried? Who could I have been if I weren't afraid? Then live tomorrow with those answers. 5. Forge yourself into the storm. Most people build their lives like castles of sand, fragile, begging for good weather. Musashi built himself like a storm, wild, untouchable, alive. He didn't hope for calm. He became the chaos itself. His power didn't come from avoiding hardship, but from becoming the kind of man who thrives in it. You must do the same, not into a sword, but into a force of nature. A storm that moves with power, destroys weakness, and fears nothing. Action step. Act like the storm is coming because it is. Harden your body with discipline, your mind with silence, and your soul with detachment. Let go of everything you fear losing. Storms don't apologize. They move and everything in their path changes forever. 6. The last breath of truth. There's a kind of happiness that doesn't look like a smile. It looks like waking before dawn in a cold room and feeling at peace. It looks like standing in the ruins of your old life and realizing you're still here, still breathing, still burning. It's the happiness of someone who loves nothing, needs nothing, and fears nothing. When you learn to be happy with nothing, you inherit a power that terrifies the world. You become untouchable. You stop being a customer, a follower, or a slave to comfort. You become a ghost among desperate men, a wolf among sheep. That's the secret Musashi discovered. The strength to walk alone, with the sky as his roof and the earth as his bed. You can discover it too, but only if you're willing to walk through the darkness without flinching. Once you do, you'll never beg for scraps again. You'll never be broken again. You'll never mistake comfort for peace again. Because happiness isn't what you find at the end of the path, it's what you become when there's nothing left to lose.